It kind of sounds like that movie or the music John Candy is playing as he's driving down the road in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, where he's doing the piano all the way up and down the dashboard.
You're so right. I kind of feel a little Mardi Gras vibe in it, a little Louisiana in it.
TJ looks at me absolutely clueless, like, what's he talking? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? Those all three were a thing?
3 forms of transportation?
That seems wild. Why don't you need 3?
That's way too many.
Oh, man. I am in a good mood and a bad mood. I have good things going on. I have bad things going on. So this is Pick Central. We are on our day 2 of our video show, which is live on YouTube right now. It's live on the site. It's live on Twitter. I'm reading the Twitter for Barstool Sportsbook, so if you want to get read by me, that's where I am personally reading it. So I am joined by Ben Metz. So it's a good cop, bad cop thing going on for me. Like some things are making me happy.
Okay.
Some things are making me mad. Nothing in my life today is in the middle.
Really? It's great. Is it like a Groundhog Day? It's one way or the other, huh?
It is. So the good thing is I'm walking around. My laptop died, so I'm walking around like a chicken with my head cut off, and I hear TJ walks up to me and says, "What's up?" And I said, "Sup?" I think it was you that told me. Wasn't it you that told me?
I don't know. You haven't said what you're going to say yet.
Didn't you? Did you tell me that the college football games are back?
Yeah.
I just saw it too.
Yeah. So EA Sports college football games are now in fact back. Last one coming out in 2013. It was NCAA 14. That game rose back to fame last year when Big Cat created the Coach Doug's character, and now it is going to be back for next generation consoles, which means I now have a deadline of when I need to get my PS5. I was just dragging my feet. I was riding with the PS4 until it was time to get one, and once this game hits, I am ready. NCAA football coming back. Were you a big NCAA football guy?
I was back in. I used to love it, especially in the earlier college days. Big fan of it. I got into online poker in like 05, 06, and that kind of killed my video game interest because that's basically one for money.
So I was in the first one I bought was NCAA 02 back in I think Chris Winkie might have been on the cover, and then Joey Harrington was on the next cover. But yeah, college is when I was on it. We would stay up all night. I remember making a Totino's pizza at like 7 a.m. with the sun hitting me because we've been playing all night, and then you got to go to class, and no, you're not going to class. You're just going to keep playing the game. Dynasty after dynasty after dynasty. My greatest dynasty ever was with the Akron Zips.
Okay.
The Akron Zips. I had like a 20-year dynasty. I had a 6'4", 280-pound tailback named Jerome Hagan. I had a 5-star. I was using my Mississippi ties. I had my first 5-star recruit was named Cole Van. He was a 6'5" athlete from Biloxi, Mississippi.
You went to the Mississippi coast from
Yeah,
Akron,
I went to
man.
the
You
coast.
had a national program.
5-star athlete. I turned him into quarterback, and we ran the option with Cole Van. What a time to be alive. Just an incredible. When you dive into, because I think on a technical level, the Madden games are probably always just a step above, a little better. But as far as the atmosphere around, the ability to recruit and create an atmosphere where you can dive in, there's nothing better in NCAA football. Because you start thinking, you'll be at work, you'll be on the Hibbings account, and you'll be thinking, I'm going to recruit that 4-star out of Texas. I know he has no interest in me, but I'm going to do it. And so that's what that connection to that game is incredible. And so that is a great way to start this game. Remember when your player had to go to class and take tests? I remember there was one year that you did have to maintain control of your program. Certain things would happen, and
like when you're starting to get good, when you're
yeah. But you're starting to get, and I can't remember exactly because they only did it 1 year, I believe, and there was like a discipline factor. And if your discipline got out of hand, if you weren't taking care of your guys, or if you weren't making sure they were doing the right things, you would suffer. You would lose a guy, or I can't remember exactly the punishments, but it was only 1 year right now. Now this is all I want to think about. It's all I want to talk about is the NCAA football series. I could talk about that game, and I think that game more than any other game influenced or that's the biggest game of my life.
Look, I love it too, and my question is, if they're bringing it back, are they going to be able to do player likeness? Is this
that's a good question. I don't know. Obviously, they just announced
raise a lot of money.
They just announced it like 20 minutes ago. But the money's there. If they want to pay every player $5,000 for their likeness, that's easy.
Yeah,
they can do that, and no problem. $10,000, whatever. The money is not a problem. I just love that game. I love that it's coming back. I hope that they recapture the magic. But the game was available for 13, 14 years and pretty much was a consistent product every year. So I have no doubt they will be able to have a consistent product. Now, would you like to know what's making me angry?
Sure.
I am Brandon Walker. I grew up in West Point, Mississippi. Yes? 41 years old. All of this is correct. Thank you very much, Colby. You are Ben Mintz. You are from Louisiana.
Monroe, Louisiana.
Monroe, Louisiana. You went to school at Ole Miss.
Yes.
We are two dyed-in-the-wool Southerners.
Yes.
There has been a snowstorm that has soaked New York and New Jersey, and soaked is not a good word.
Don't say soaked.
Has covered New Jersey and New York and Connecticut in 2-3 feet of snow. I'm here. You're here.
Yeah, you live in New Jersey.
I live in New Jersey.
I live a mile away, so I can still.
You're here. Colby lives in Connecticut. Colby's here.
I am here.
TJ lives like 900 miles away. TJ's here. Yesterday was the launch of Pick Central. Today is the second day of Pick Central. Why are we the only two here?
Look,
Brandon, the bridge is shut down. The bridge.
yeah, and Brandon got a hotel room here, right?
I'm here. Ben's here. TJ's here. Colby's here. Avery's here. Why are we the only ones here?
The bridge being shut down.
If-
People can't get over from Brooklyn.
What's Rico's contract?
I'm not worried about it's not just
It's
Rico.
Tuesday. Yeah, Rico doesn't have to
It's
be
not
here.
just. It's not. I mean, where's Big F? Where are we? What are we doing? Are we doing a show? Are we doing a show about gambling picks? Are we paid to do a show? Is this a massive opportunity for us to have a show about gambling? There are only 2 radio shows they chose to go forward. It was Pick Central and the Yak. And why the fuck aren't we fully here? That's my question. If I'm being crazy, let me know. But we got 6 seats here, and they're usually full. Today, it's a third full.
Well,
And the Southerners are here.
yeah. Hey, what do they say? One man's misfortune is another man's opportunity. Gonna roll with it. You
Yeah,
know?
we're gonna
It's
go
like,
forward.
We're gonna make it damn good too.
We're gonna go forward. It's gonna be fine. It'll be a good show. I appreciate you being here and the effort. I just it really it does bother me. I didn't receive a text. I didn't receive a call. It's just they're not here.
I know Marty's still in Detroit, right?
Marty's a non-issue.
Okay.
Marty's a non-issue. Marty is in Detroit, Michigan, working for the company. He would be here, but he obviously
I watched Walk the Line.
is
a minute ago,
elsewhere.
too.
He is elsewhere. So anyway, I just thought that's a discussion point we should have. Yeah, Owen, come on in. You be on the show. Come sit over here by me, Owen.
Yeah, Owen gets to rightfully roast me too because I deserve. Even though I went 3-3 last night, I deserve that. That Duke pick was just one of the
Fishy.
most.
It was fishy.
Oh, I think it smelled up the whole city. It was very, very disheartening, but I deserve it.
All right, so Owen is joining us, and Owen working his way into if you keep being good, you might be permanent.
Thank God this
that'd
is
be
a video show now.
How'd you do last night?
Owen's wearing one of the coolest hoodies I've ever seen someone wear.
Owen,
in this
that
office.
hoodie is something. Are we able to? You are zooming in on Owen. What's going on with that hoodie? Is that just the back of an album cover? What is that?
I'm not sure. I just bought it the other day. That's all he got on it.
That's a lot. It's like a notepad and a hoodie. I mean, that's like a schedule. Like, well, you got a lot of things going on.
Colby,
on
do you recognize what's on there?
Yeah.
Okay. What is it?
Oh, you want an explanation?
Yes, kind of.
It's a cool guy hoodie. I didn't really see the front of it.
It says
And
the Miles Davis All Stars.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, old Miles Davis, like
Self-explanatory.
You also smell very
I
good.
think there's like a Muhammad Ali.
He said he
drawing
wears
in the
cologne
background.
in every day. I remember that got asked about his hygiene yesterday.
What's your cologne of choice today?
Something from Big Cat's Pile.
You just steal your cologne?
No, I got like a box of men's hygiene products from it.
Okay.
Been working off those for a while.
We got to talk about Kareem Gate one more time. You guys, if you've never watched the show or listened to the show, we did the show on Sirius 85 for about 11 months, and with a quarantine break in there. But we did this show. Kareem was a producer, and as a producer, Kareem is very good. As a person growing the Twitter account, he's next to none. He takes a backseat to nobody. He is fantastic in that role. But for the first 10 months of the show, he was dead last in picks. Then he went on a 3-month winning streak where he won every single month. It was discovered yesterday by me, the enterprising reporter that I am, that Owen was among, and I don't know if Owen was alone, but Owen was supplying Kareem picks. Therefore, I went and got the November plaque and bestowed it to Owen yesterday, the rightful plaque owner. But when I took this information back to the Pick Central group chat, I took it back there and said, "Hey, Kareem, did you take Owen's picks?" And he didn't deny. He just deflected for a while. And ultimately, before we got to a resolution, he said he is retiring from making picks. He will continue to work. He will continue to drive content. He will continue to do things for the show. But he will not make picks anymore. He is retired. Owen, your thoughts?
I don't know. Like you said, maybe he was deflecting, but I didn't give him any picks for December or January. So whether he got it elsewhere or whether he himself did get hot, something happened. But if he wants to take a break from picks, that's his right. I think he's doing a good job, all things considered.
Oh, and you know we're on a pick show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think look, I mean, is that a big problem? I don't understand why he's so mad about it. I mean, Kareem, like, well, so what? He got some picks from Owen. He got hot. He gave the people a lot of winners. Is that like?
Well, you weren't here for a lot of it. So
Okay.
we've had drama before of like somebody showing up and taking picks for the day for somebody else, or like Marty took a pick from me on the air one day. I didn't like it. So there is if we're competing against each other, because ultimately this is a competition. If we're competing against each other, then compete against me. Don't try to get somebody to give you picks to give you a leg up.
Okay.
No, is it a really big deal? No, not really. It's not a really important matter in the real world. Kareem's still a badass producer and still badass at growing the Twitter account, so he's still awesome. But it is, it is what it is. It's just interesting that he lost. Owen comes into the company and Kareem starts winning.
Yeah, it's like him getting steroids in baseball.
Yeah, you're steroids.
Yeah.
You're anabolic
you're
steroids.
struggling.
You got injected. You got injected into Kareem's ass.
Well, no.
What?
I've never been near his ass.
You can't say that. I'm sure you've been within probably 5 feet of his ass before. That's relatively near.
I don't know. I think you've been closer to asses than me.
An accusation I will not deny. I am close to asses many times. Owen might be a good gambler, says Grant Galbraith. I think Owen's a great gambler. From what I've seen, from the evidence I've seen of November, and then I saw evidence that he had a 12-0-1 weekend when he gave to Kareem. That's a mark of a good gambler. Would you say you're a good gambler?
I don't know. I mean, everything's in swings. I think so, yeah. But like that 12-0-1, that was when so you guys had instituted a 1-unit rule.
Mm-hmm.
So basically what me and Kareem have been doing is like stacking with a lot of like first half full game plays.
Oh, you were gaming the system.
Yeah.
I mean, I was doing that some too, though, to get 2 units on a game.
Why
Yeah.
are you so nice to every goddamn body? Be an asshole once in a while.
I mean, but I want to
Be
see
an asshole once.
I want to see out of Owen and say, hell yeah, with 12-0-1, I'm the best damn gambler here. That's what Brandon's
every time we get somebody in the corner, you're like, here's my hand. Get out of the corner.
Well,
But
he should be pumped.
it's not really
12-0. He should be pumped.
It's not really gaming the system, though, because you could also just lose both. It's basically like...
I just need you to be an asshole.
Yeah, well, I've been working on it towards your
That was a
fan
good run.
base, but
See, my fan base isn't as obsessed as yours is, so it's going to be hard.
I would argue that.
I don't think Ben
You
should
would,
be
but
that
that's
point.
what you guys are lying when you
I
say
don't
that.
think Ben should be an asshole. I think his whole thing is how positive he is.
The anti Brandon Walker. Let Brandon Walker be the Southern asshole.
Kinda, yeah.
How do you feel about that? Is that a good
Like,
role?
you gotta go with the hand you're dealt. You're one of the. I mean, I've told you before. I have the utmost respect. You rock it better than most.
See,
The
he can't even
southern
insult
asshole,
me
and the,
properly.
the southern asshole and the southern sweetheart.
He can't even insult me
It's a
properly.
match made in heaven.
Listen, you are an asshole. I've got the ultimate respect for you, and you're incredible. That's not. Just tell me I'm an asshole.
Well, you are an asshole. You
Thank
have a big gaping asshole.
Well, that was a little much.
Well, you asked for it,
All right, so a lot to talk about today. We did Kareem Gate. Did you play the NCAA football series? You're like 9, right?
No.
What are you, 22?
Yeah,
Damn.
just turned 22. I played it, yeah. And then I tried playing it over like quarantine when Big Cat had the whole Coach Doug's craze, and the prices were like so inflated because of it.
Yeah.
So I couldn't.
I have it
so I'm
downloaded
pretty-
straight on my PS3 from back in the day, so I can just fire it up whenever. But
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it the 14 year?
Yeah.
With Denard Robinson.
Yeah. I keep my PS3 handy just in case I ever want to pop it out. Like when Mike Leach got hired at Mississippi State, I fired it up, went 5 wide, just started throwing the ball, and threw 9 interceptions and quit.
Sounds a lot like the season.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I'm not a big video game guy, but like that's one that see myself getting into. It's kind of made for people who aren't like that good. You're just competing against yourself, right?
I think it's going to blow up. I
Yeah.
think it's going to blow. I mean, I don't think anybody. I mean, people know this is going to succeed. It's going to succeed 100 times that. People are going to lose their minds when this game comes out. It's going to be so popular.
I haven't clicked on any of them. Have they talked about how they're gonna?
That I don't know.
pay?
It literally got announced maybe 5 minutes
Yeah.
before the show, so I didn't see any details. I think all we got to work with now is a graphic of EA Sports saying college football is coming back. So I don't even know if there's been a press release. If there has, I have not seen it. Is Owen a big anything guy? Like, does he like anything? Yes. What do you like?
I like lots of things. I think a lot of people yesterday were like, "Oh, he's so low energy." I think I just bring my like genuine energy.
I don't think you're low energy. I think you're a Tesla. I think
Same
you know how
speed.
when a Tesla's running, it's just completely quiet and you just can't.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't burn up a lot of energy. You're just going
I
along.
don't know if that's something I needed to do and come in here and be, I don't know, all loud and high and mighty. I guess I could try, but I'd rather not.
You got me for that.
No.
Yeah.
Wait. If for the next 5 minutes, I'd like to switch. Ben, I'd like for you to be Owen, and Owen, I'd like for you to be Ben as we go forward. So just you take that however you want. Owen, you're Ben. Ben, you're Owen. How's it been going?
It's going all right.
Like,
I won some bets. I saw Ben. Boy,
Yeah.
what a sucker Ben Mintz was. Taking Duke last night, laying
That was
11.
a very
I
fishy.
mean, you know, just letting his emotions get in the way.
You're talking a little too much, but
Yeah.
I like the energy. You're doing good.
nah, I wasn't a fish though. I mean, they treated me right on Saturday. Had to reinvest.
Well, you're the worst.
That was me. That's Ben
You got
Mintz.
any more winners for me tonight? I unlike Cream, have no problem stealing your picks. If I can get above 500,
When did you get this funny?
I don't know. I guess it's just kind of you do the opposite of what's normal for you, and funny things can sometimes.
I think we should pick an Owen of the day. It's just somebody whenever somebody comes in here, they'll be the Owen for the day. Like Rico has to be Owen as punishment for not being here.
I think maybe
Is he still stuck at home?
Would Rico's contract allow that?
I don't know. I guess he is. He's not here, and neither is Big Ev. But Big Ev lives in Hoboken. I live in northern New Jersey.
Yeah. How was the hotel last night?
Good. I went right to sleep. I didn't masturbate at all.
Damn.
It was shocking.
Damn.
No, I didn't.
Bullshit.
I really didn't. I mean, I attacked it Sunday night, but last night it was it was quiet, all quiet on the Western Front.
How's the sushi last night?
I don't want to talk about the sushi.
Oh,
Ordering food last night was a disaster. The sushi never showed up, so I had to order some General Tso's chicken from another place. It took 2 hours to get there. I finally ate it, but I mean, it's an asshole thing to do to try to get delivered food during a blizzard. But I had no choice. I'm not at home.
You had to eat.
I had to eat.
Yeah.
And one time I got so mad at I was in my hotel room and I went to the lobby to wait on him because it said arriving soon. I sat down there for 45 minutes. I was in a T-shirt and sweatpants, and he didn't show up. So I walked across the street to McDonald's in a T-shirt and sweatpants, and they were closed. And so now I'm just trudging along in the snow, 2 feet of snow in a T-shirt, looking like an asshole. What do you think about that?
I think I would have liked to have seen that because it would have been a funny visual.
How about you?
I was scanning the board.
I would have scanned the board. You should have more energy when you look at the board.
Right.
I scanned it last night as well. It's just a rescan.
Do you like the board?
I like it. There's a lot of good games.
Do you love the board? Do you like the board?
I like a lot of stuff tonight. A lot of SC. I feel like I've got a decent read. I have a decent read on Southeastern Conference college basketball
Yeah.
games.
I do too.
But kind of weaker nationally.
Can I tell you a secret between me and you? Nobody else can know it.
What's that?
I love Ole Miss tonight.
I like this too.
Yeah.
It's the same trend that I follow in football when you lose as a road favorite and you come back as a home underdog, backs against the wall situation.
Ole Miss is a team that can absolutely be terrible. But once every 4 or 5 games, they're gonna look like the best team in the SEC. I don't know why it is.
I actually think there's something too. If you play that defensive kind of style, that like Ole Miss is nowhere near as good as like a Virginia or Wisconsin. But like if you're trying to play that defensive kind of style, it works at home, but you struggle on the road. When you have trouble getting to 60, it's hard to win on the road in college basketball. But at home, you can control the game flow, and it seems like it works at home. There's some programs like that.
Kelvinator says, "Do we not have the goose honking sound effect anymore?" I don't think we've done the goose honk in a long time.
It's been a very long time.
That was more of a Gonzo thing, not a you thing.
Yeah, no.
I've also been surprised how much even with COVID, like home seems to matter.
That's actually a discussion I wanted to have, and that handicapping home court advantage this year, because home court in college basketball means more than any other sport, even football. And I think it still matters a ton.
It does. And
I think people are like, I saw a broadcast the other night. A girl said, "Oh, this is a totally different year. Home court doesn't mean anything." Bullshit. Yeah,
no, it still does.
As Duke, I know it affected Duke on the road last night.
Yeah, I felt like in the beginning of the year, I was taking a lot of road teams, thinking that it didn't matter and that maybe the numbers were inflated. And I feel like it still definitely has a big factor.
I'll tell you another thing.
What's up?
Talking about Big Ev's not here, Rico's not here. I got a DM yesterday from Big Man on Campus, Jeff Nadeau. I didn't even answer it. It said, "Why don't you use me on Pick Central?" Look at what we've got here. I got Owen here because he's in the building. I got Ben Mintz here because I can trust him. Get your motherfucking ass in the building once every now and then. I'm not going to go out of my way to accommodate you down in Philly to make you feel special, to give you this spotlight when everybody else is busting their ass to fucking get in here every fucking day. So you want to cry that Rico's squeezing you out? You want to do this? You want to do that? Get your motherfucking ass on camera every once in a goddamn while, and don't wait for me to do it for you.
Get him.
I did. I thought I did. It's just like, hey, why don't you pay attention to me on Pick Central? Why don't you give me Pick Central? Give yourself Pick Central. Show the fuck up and do something.
Damn.
Sorry.
That was well said.
Not that I'm not mad at. I'm also mad at Rico and Big F. Big F lives in New Jersey. I live in New Jersey. I'm here, and he's not. I'm just a little agitated. That's all.
Duly noted.
Thank you. When do I get to be Owen?
Whatever you want. You're the host.
We can't all be Owen. That'd be terrible.
Talking.
I was like, yeah. That'd be like that old Saturday Night Live skit. Remember Sweaty Balls? Mm-hmm. When there was those two girls on National Public Radio, The Delicious Dish, and they talked like this, and they just talked about food and everything. And then Sweaty Balls came along. I'd like to,
I need to rewatch.
I'd like to put my mouth around your sweaty balls.
What do you think of Baylor, Texas?
Clipping that.
If I were a pedophile, I love Texas, and I don't know why. But I've tried to go after Baylor a couple times, and they've killed me. So I don't know why I keep going after Baylor. I'm like a dog who chases the mailman every single day, and I never catch him, and he always sprays water in my face, and I almost get hit by a car. But when he comes tomorrow, I'm gonna chase that mailman. I'm gonna chase Baylor. So I love Texas
tonight.
Yeah, does Texas have all their guys?
Tonight. That's what I said.
Oh yeah. You said tomorrow.
Because Texas.
Did I say tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Texas had an interesting. They had a bunch of guys out in that home loss to Oklahoma by 1 point last Monday, and then the game with Kentucky got canceled, but it was Kentucky COVID issues, not Texas, so they weren't in the SEC Big 12 Challenge. So they've had a week off. I feel like as long as everybody's back, I think they have a good shot tonight.
I just missed my mouth with this water.
You back to the SEC in that or?
I wouldn't go that far, but I thought the SEC showed way better at 5-4 than I expected them to.
Yeah. I didn't know if you took a lot of them against the spread or anything.
I don't generally.
When's the game going to be back? When's the NCAA game going to be back? Is it going to be this fall? I need to know that. They just give us a fucking graphic. I don't want to be waiting until next fall. I want to play with Mike Leach's offense this fall. You want to play with that?
What I actually want to do is not play, but I want to call some play-by-play as some of y'all playing.
Oh yeah,
I'd love
to do that.
Yeah, because I've got announcing experience. I think we could do some streams. And
now,
stuff.
do you have when you play as Ole Miss? Do you have a code to cheat or what? How do you cheat?
Like I said, I hadn't played in so long that I don't have a strong answer for that. But I mean, I certainly would not be afraid to cheat in NCAA football if it.
Oh, I would be. So I would cheat so much.
Yeah, exactly. Look,
I'd
push every edge we got.
I'd walk into fucking GameStop with $100 bills and say, when I buy the game, I'd cheat a little bit. Give me the good version. I remember. I don't know if you ever did it, but I can remember being in Starkville like 2004, 2005, around about August when it released. Maybe July. It released in July. Madden was August. But going to GameStop at midnight on July 12th, and the parking lot would be full of the whole football team would be there because they'd be getting their games too. It'd be 200 guys waiting at midnight to get. That's how big the game was back then.
The entire football team would go together.
They would be. Well, they wouldn't go together. It's not like they came on a bus, but the football players would be there and they'd be getting their game. You know, it's college town, so all the guys that have the same interests would all be in the same parking lot.
That's
I
wild.
feel like that should be a commercial for the GameStop stock stuff that's going on. Just all the state football players out there tailgating to get the game.
I guarantee you it was like that at every – I'm sure it was like that in Tuscaloosa and
believe it.
Auburn and places like that. Tyler224 says, Baylor offense isn't great when they can't get consistent threes. But Big Cat tweeted this the other night, and he was right. Baylor will mess around with you. They'll fuck around with you. And at some point, they're going to decide, all right, we're done. We're going to blow you out now. And they always have that 12-2 run, that 16-4 run, and they put you away.
Second half, they did it to that Oklahoma State game.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give a shout out. I'm all over the place right now, but let me give a shout out to a couple of people. We're going to talk about some Barstool stuff real quick. Jeff DeLoe hosts The Dozen. It's out there on YouTube. It's on the site, and it's I've been lucky enough to be a part of it like 70 times now. But it's the best show going at Barstool in my opinion. And today was a screamer of a match. It was the Frankettes, Nick, KB. If they're involved, it's going to be funny. And Frank, he's also funny against Kirk and Jarek Carabas against Kirk. It was Frank. The Frankettes against Kirk. That was the game today. Check that game out. It is on The Dozen. It is fantastic. And EA Sports VP just said it won't be back this year. Well, why the fuck did you tell me about it in February if it ain't going to be back this year? That's what I'm talking about.
What does that mean, though? Like, is it going to be January 2022?
I would assume they'll go back to the summer releases always right before the college football season, I would think.
Yeah.
Speaking of The Dozen, aren't you and DK Metcalf teaming up this week?
We are. The next episode we're recording tomorrow night. It'll be me, PFT, and DK Metcalf against the Yak Boys. So
Did you meet him when he was in office?
In where?
Wasn't he here?
He's not a president.
In this office, I meant.
No, I met him in Miami last year. I met him.
Okay.
I met him last year. He was on the Yak, and I dominated him. I mean, I'm a state guy. He's an Ole Miss guy, so it's pretty easy. But I dominated him in Miami last year, and I'll dominate him this time.
If you win, are you gonna go squat in the Ole Miss end zone if you win?
I might.
But how does a Mississippi State guy dominate an Ole Miss grad like him? Like, oh, we both stink.
Oh, come on now.
You go fuck yourself.
Yeah, what you
But,
got against the great state of
stunk.
Mississippi?
But I'm assuming you went after the fact that they had a lot of talent and did nothing with it,
What if I kicked you in the shin right now?
and you guys didn't have a lot of talent and also did nothing with
Plenty of talent. Look at the NFL. The NFL is loaded with Mississippi State talent.
it.
Loaded.
All right. But I'm saying,
Loaded.
how did you own him? I want to know what you said to him.
Well, you'll have to go back and listen to the Yak.
All right, I will. On the Yak, Barstool Yak YouTube page, maybe we'll get it up.
Do we own that footage?
I don't know how that works.
2 to 3 years for NCAA. Then what the fuck they telling us about it for?
Huh.
What a tease.
If it's 2 to 3 years, though, you're talking about PS6.
I guess they got to figure out the likeness stuff before they can release it.
They said that by the time they're ready to release, players should be in position to be paid.
By the time they're ready to release, the players will be in the NFL.
Right.
I think we've been waiting like patience on a monument for that. the players getting paid.
We've been waiting like what?
Patience. Like that's old Sopranos quote.
Oh.
Junior Sopranos like waiting like patience on a monument.
They throw out like one promising headline a year about it, and then
I don't know.
that's about it.
It's a shame that, like I said, NCAA, the people want it. You got to give the people what they want.
Yeah.
Everybody wants NCAA football back.
Yeah, they do. All right, so did you guys see LeBron yelling at this woman last night?
I've seen conflicting reports because I saw that video PFT posted of the woman yelling at LeBron.
I
as
did.
well.
At first, I thought it was a player's girlfriend. It was just some guy on the sidelines' girlfriend.
Yeah, or
Some
her
courtside seat
wife
holder.
or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's full of spunk.
She said she was 25.
She's sassy. I
She
don't
looked
know
a little
why.
older than that.
I don't know why everybody's freaking out. I think she looks like a nice young looking woman. She doesn't look like a 60-year-old woman or a 40-year-old woman. She might have a little bit of tread on the tires for 25, but
Why is LeBron even reacting to that? Like, I feel
Yeah.
like where he is in life, like, okay, he's getting heckled, whatever. I mean, he's been dealing with that forever. I can't believe that, like, that actually gets a rise out of him.
Yeah.
I don't think he's. I mean,
Maybe in a season like this, he hears it more.
I can't
but
really say anything because
I
I'm
don't know.
Mr. Thin Skin, but I don't think he's ever had the thickest of skin. He's always kind of heard the critics, heard the chirpers, heard all that. So I think that's kind of goes along. I'm so hungry. That kind of goes along with everything LeBron is.
Yeah.
And I love LeBron. LeBron's my favorite player. I think he's a lot closer to the greatest of all time than people admit.
I think one thing I want to say about LeBron that I respect is in this day and age, not getting any trouble off the court in his entire time. I mean, like, we all know how much Jordan used to gamble and stuff. If this had been this day and age, who knows what would have happened with that? I think in this, with the social media world we live in, for LeBron to keep it clean off the court his whole career is saying something.
We have a standing invitation to Jordan to join Jordan and Pete Rose to join Pick Central as panelists. And if they'd like to join and talk gambling every day, they can. That's
we need Pete Rose's baseball picks.
Michael Jordan, Pete Rose. If there are any other sports gamblers out there that we know of, we can certainly put that invitation out there.
The Pete Rose always just drives me crazy.
Why?
Just because he was betting on himself.
Yeah, I mean, he was betting on his team to win, yeah.
Yeah,
it's so much more.
But the thing is,
it's
he
so
wouldn't
much
bet
more
on his fourth
incriminating if he was like fading himself.
Yeah, he wasn't
games.
betting on his fourth and fifth starters. He just wasn't playing it. That's
Yeah.
it. You know, he never wasn't betting against his team. I don't know. I just think it.
I don't think
Can
it's.
you imagine showing up to you're the fourth starter and you show up that day and Pete's like, "All right, man, go get him. I'm staying away. I'm not going to play this game. I don't have any action, but go get him."
It'd be hilarious.
Meanwhile, his ace comes in and is like, "All right, fella, I got 2 bills on this."
It'd be funny if Pete gave like the fourth or fifth starter a pep talk like, "No one believes in you today, even your own coach. So God, prove us wrong."
So there's actually a couple of good comments here that I want to read. And Kelvinator says, "There's nothing better than getting a player to react while you're chirping from the sidelines." And Sorry You Suck says, "I got Patrick Kane to flip me off once. It was magical." I'm not demonstrative in the stands at all. I don't yell. I just kind of stand there and take everything in. And that's kind of antithetical to the way I act in normal everyday circumstances. But at a game, I don't get on refs. I don't get on players. I don't do that. You seem like that you might have a little bit of fire to you.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten in somebody's head?
I don't know about getting people's head, but my job is more like I feel like I'm there to get everybody else fired up and bring the energy. And so when I was like in the Ole Miss student section or in these Ole Miss games, I mean, I'm like a lot of the Ole Miss fans like to sit down, the older guard. Those people hate me because I'm there to get everybody fired up. I remember my best scene was it was after midnight in the game Ole Miss won at Bama in 2015, and Bama was coming back for the second time in the game, and all the Ole Miss fans were getting quiet, and I was sprinting through the aisles of Bryant Denny saying, "Hey, you assholes, we haven't won here in 28 years, and y'all are about to get quiet now. We're about to beat the number 1 team," just going nuts.
That's unbelievable.
That's more my role.
That's
I'm there to get people fired
So
up.
what about you? Have you ever dominated anybody, Owen, with any players with your suffocating indifference?
No. The only player interaction professional I could remember is one time one of my buddies was able to get us really good seats to a Yankees game. I was like right behind the batter's box. Derek Jeter came out, and I just gave him like a yo, and he waved to us, and that was about it.
Powerful stuff.
Yeah, really. That's incredible. I think he wrote about that in his autobiography.
Yeah.
It was a game, and he said
It was nice.
a kid behind the stand said, "Yo." That's what you came up with?
Yeah.
Are you a Yankees fan?
Him. Yeah.
Yo.
So like Derek Jeter was like my hero. I guess that's all that came to my mind.
Who were they playing that day?
I couldn't tell you. Nobody good.
You can tell me. We're friends.
No, I couldn't tell you.
Oh.
It was like in August where they were coasting to the playoffs.
You
It was probably
guys-
like the Blue Jays or Orioles.
You guys want to start looking at the board a little bit?
It's a good board. It's an
Yeah.
interesting one.
I look at the NBA tonight, and I love a couple games. I think it's a short 4 games in the NBA, maybe 5. It's not a big slate. Last night was a bigger slate, and then college basketball Tuesday, Wednesday, of course, the biggest slates of the week. I like pro basketball a little bit more than college basketball tonight, just the ones that stand out to me. In college basketball, though, Texas Baylor seems to be the marquee game of the night. Here's my thing with Texas Baylor, okay? I know Baylor is a cover machine. They're a winning machine. They're a basketball machine. But every time I watch Texas, even when I've bet on them and they've lost, I look at them and I say, how do they ever lose? How they just look.
They look like a full team.
They look like an NBA team.
They look like
Lincoln
they remind me of Florida State. Florida State for years has just had these 6'9", 6'10" guys that can shoot and have arms out of the gym.
Mm-hmm.
This is how Texas. I mean, they just look.
Florida State is like a traditionally lanky team.
They are. They're a very lanky
Yeah.
team, and Texas is lanky this year. I think that's what it is. They're lanky.
Yeah.
They're just tall and athletic, and they have these incredible dunks where it just looks so easy for them.
Mm-hmm.
And Auburn's kind of trending that way as well. So I'm picking Texas because, I mean, Baylor can go through a year and win every game, but I don't think Baylor can go through a year and just win every game by 10 points, 20 points.
Yeah.
I feel like if they get through this Big 12 unscathed, I mean, this is such a deep, tough league.
All About Calling says you are in denial. I don't know what you're talking about. What am I in denial about? I'm laying
not
out.
wrong.
Huh?
He's not wrong.
I don't know how to respond to that without denying you. So, can we talk about your boss for a second?
Pete?
Mm-hmm.
He's a great guy, isn't he?
Overmeyer.
And thank you for. Do you like being here, or are you just doing it because I needed a sub?
No, I do like being here. I listen to the show every day.
Do you?
Yeah, so it's good to listen in studio.
Well, you're also talking. You're not just listening.
Dynamite drop in. You're not the highest paid new Pick Central guy for nothing, Owen.
Well, you're just firing on all cylinders today, aren't you?
You want me to give my first play?
Yeah,
That broadcast school is really paying off.
Yeah.
He's just Harry Doyle over here. Yeah. You give a play.
All right, 5 p.m. Big East matchup. Marquette's lost 4 straight by a combined 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
They desperately need a win before they host Creighton Saturday, I believe. They're taking on a 5-9 Butler. I'm gonna lay the 3.5.
Marquette's real. Everybody was on Marquette. I noticed on our thread today.
Were they?
Yeah.
I didn't
Really?
pick Marquette.
I think Dawson Garcia is really annoying to play against.
So this is really weird.
What?
You bring in these names and these stats to Pick Central. The guy that usually sits in that chair just says Marquette, just a funny sounding name.
Who sits here? Dave?
That's where Marty sits. Yeah.
Yeah, I watch the Big East the most probably because I'm a Providence fan. Yeah, Dawson Garcia is just a real punchable face, but I could see him putting up 22 points tonight.
I never
And an
understood the
8+
insult.
point.
I get this a lot.
Mm.
You have a very punchable face. I've never been punched in the face in my life. If I had a punchable face, you'd think somebody would punch me.
That's true. That means you don't.
I think everybody's got a punchable face.
I feel like
You especially. though.
I accidentally had an egg almost hit there when I lost that one.
You threw that very hard, too.
Yeah, that one.
Who doesn't
You
have a
riled it
punchable
up.
face?
Certain people.
Have you ever seen somebody's face and said, I don't want to punch that face? Has nothing to do with their face.
Robbie Fox couldn't punch.
You couldn't punch Robbie Fox?
No.
Why couldn't you punch Robbie Fox?
It's cute. I'm trying to think of who's not punchable.
Okay, I don't think Vibs. Okay, if we're going by cute, Vibs, you can't punch Vibs
not
like punching a
punchable
kitten.
face. Yeah.
Imagine punching Lil Sass.
Yeah, no.
It's King of New York?
Couldn't be me.
I don't know, man. I think I could punch everybody. But if we were ranking the least punchable people at Barstool, I would have to put Willie at the top. I'm not punching Willie.
No.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
There's
but
other
that's-
sides of the spectrum.
That's
yeah.
a different side of the spectrum. That's I don't want to punch him because I will die. Whereas,
There's punchable. It's it'd be too easy.
yeah,
Sweet spot. It'd be impossible.
most of us are in the middle.
Yeah.
Most of us are in the middle. But Willie's on this end.
Yeah.
And then, Lil Sass, Vibs, and, I don't think Robbie Fox. I feel like Robbie Fox would probably fight a little bit.
Well, yeah, I forgot. I mean, obviously he's covers fighting, but he just seems so positive and nice. I'd never punch Ben.
You just don't, I don't think you'd punch anybody.
No,
I don't think you have a punchable hand.
I'd punch people for sure.
Would you punch me?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
Tell him
You
I can be an asshole, Ben.
He definitely could be an asshole.
Yeah, not to me.
Ben,
though.
would you punch me?
You treat me well.
I do treat
You've
you
been
well.
nice to me.
I'm not going to never say never because I think that if State beats the crap out of Ole Miss in some football game and those cowbells really bring it out of me. I got to say, if you want to get me really angry and tilted, that's the way to do it.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it
Well,
just
we got cowbells in this office.
Oh, I know we do. I was glad we didn't have to hear him the other night after trivia.
So you'll hear him this time when I got DK on my team. I can't. I'm not allowed to punch. So I have actually hired an intern that when I get into a problem next time is going to punch somebody.
Katie Stats?
She's my Instagram intern.
Oh, okay.
Although Katie Stats, she's 6'3", she can punch the shit out of somebody.
She's got a punchable hand.
You're scared of her, huh?
No. I don't know what my feelings are towards her.
We can't shake.
Here's one. Here's one. Okay, because this guy's 6'5", probably 290, soft face. Could you punch Big T?
Yeah.
Huge body, soft face.
I
Yeah.
could too.
Yeah.
You could punch Big T?
Yeah, when
Yeah.
he just did the Tennessee, the delusional stuff. Yeah, it's just out of it. If they beat Ole Miss in that game next year, he might really bring it out of me.
Yes, Big Trouble Ben Bishop is my punching intern. Have you seen my punching guy?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
met him.
His
I mean,
name
I'd
is Big
say-
Trouble.
Big Trouble Ben Bishop.
Wow. Sounds like a wrestling
He has a punchable face.
Well, he does it for a living, so I guess he does have a punch. Actually, I think
It
he
is
has,
pretty punchable.
I
His
think he has
mouth's
the-
usually
I
open.
think he has the opposite of a punchable face. I think he has a very soft face for a big, strong guy.
Which makes me want to punch it.
Colby, your face is perfectly round. It's like
It
it's like a
is.
speed bag.
Speed bags are like teardrop shape. What are you trying to say here?
That you have a speed bag shaped face.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. All right, we need more cowbell. Actually, I'm launching a new show very soon for my Mississippi State folks. Stay tuned to that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
okay.
Little side money. I had a company down there approach me and say, "Hey, will you do a show so we can sponsor you?" And I said, "Yeah."
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, make a little side
Yeah,
money.
I'm gonna.
You're doing another show?
Yeah.
These state fans are going to willing to sponsor Walker. Ole Miss fans listening, I'm available too. We got to counter this.
You could tell as little as you want, but like, what's the platform?
Oh, it's just going to be a podcast for Mississippi State. See, I've had a podcast on the side for Mississippi State people the whole time.
Okay.
I do a lot of things here. I do a lot of things away from here. It is kind of crazy now that I think
Interesting,
about it.
man.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll have that very soon. If you want to start an Ole Miss podcast, I'll get you started on
Okay.
Ole Miss podcast.
Okay, well, I just the Ole Miss fans. I got to say, I'm blown away. The support I get from the Ole Miss fans it's
Well, they're
definitely-
just
Yeah,
clout
it's awesome.
chasing.
well, they're just glad to have somebody in here to counter you and the nonstop assaults on our school.
Well, they just
So we're all three of us taking Texas.
I'm taking Texas plus 5. Are you hosting the show?
Was just trying to get back to the picks quick.
Are you hosting the show?
No.
Yes.
Maybe
You on Texas, Ben?
I'm staying away. I'm
All
just
right.
gonna
Me
say-
and you are on Texas.
I'm on Texas. I'm on
I
Texas
think,
plus 5.
like you said, eventually Baylor has to not cover.
Yeah.
I'm just rooting for a good game.
And Baylor can they outsmart you, they out hustle you, they out coach you, but they also out athlete people. They can't out athlete Texas. So I'm hoping that one out allows me to cover that game Texas plus 5. I've also thought about it probably way too much. In the NBA, I like the Clippers to beat the Nets. That's the big game tonight. Clippers and the Nets, 2 finals hopefuls. I like the Clippers to go on the road and beat the Nets outright. I think they're plus 1.5, but I'm taking the money line.
Yeah, they got their guys back now.
But you're not an NBA guy, right?
No.
Okay.
You want to make some money? Bet against this Pelican bunch right now. I
Are they
follow
playing?
them. Yeah, they're not playing tonight, but they lost at home to the Kings last night. I mean, they're a lot of change coming. I wouldn't be surprised to see Redick's not going to play. I think he's about to get traded. Lonzo Ball and Eric. It's bad. They're not good.
I thought they were going to be good.
Yeah,
I thought they were going to be pretty good.
I thought so too. They missed Drew Holiday more than I realized. But
Is Zion?
Zion's good. Ingram's real good. Steven Adams is pretty good. The guards are trash.
My question-
The guards are awful.
Do Zion and Ingram fit on the same team?
I wonder about the court spacing sometimes.
Yeah.
At least Ingram can shoot threes and stuff. I don't think it's on Ingram or Zion though. I
I don't think it is either. I just don't know that there's a fit there. I
Yeah.
mean, like Ingram commands the ball. Zion has never, even in college, he didn't command the ball. He didn't make the team give him the ball, whereas he probably should. The offense should go through him, and I don't think the offense went through him in college. It's not really
yeah,
going
I
through
thought
him
he
now.
played too passive.
Yeah, well, he took 13 shots a game, and R.J. Barrett took 18 shots a game.
Yeah.
And that's on that overrated, over-the-hill coach, Krzyzewski. Took maybe the most talented team of all time and didn't make the Final Four with it.
He's incredibly washed up.
on the Zion thing, I know he's catching some heat right now. He doesn't. I still think he's really good. I really think the problems are just. I mean, Lonzo Ball and Bledsoe are shooting like 25 threes a game, and they can't shoot. I mean, like who the hell is allowing these guys to shoot these shots? So like, I don't think. I'm not bailing on Zion or Ingram or any of that
No,
stuff.
of course.
But yeah, it's bad though. I tell you that.
All right, so any insight on Trailblazers versus Wizards? For some reason, Wizards are 2.5. Well, that's just one of those lines. The Wizards are minus 2.5. It's hard to bet against the Wizards because that doesn't make sense either.
Blazers got beat by like 38
They just got
at Houston.
smoked
They've been
last
struggling
night.
a little bit.
Yes, I know.
back-to-back.
I had Blazers plus 10.
I forget, we had some stat the other day. It's like the Wizards are like 1-9 against the spread when Beal has like 35 plus points.
That is wild.
Basically, like when he decides to take over, make it his game, they don't play well.
That was a crazy ending the other night with Beal hitting the three, and then they got the steal and Westbrook hit the three to beat the Nets.
Yeah.
I also have the Celtics minus 2.5 on the West Coast over the Warriors. Early game, I think it's at 1 o'clock, might be at 2 o'clock. UMBC minus 3.5 over NJIT. Do you like that pick?
It's all right. I had it yesterday on my card, and then
What?
it was canceled for snow.
So you're not going to back it
No, I
again?
had the first half under. But
You're not doing that today?
No.
What scared you off of it today? That's what I was doing. I was doing it.
they got plenty of rest now.
You don't think the legs will be tired? There were some
No.
issues last night. That Oklahoma-Texas Tech, the first half was real low scoring with the teams having the tough games on Saturday on the turnaround. It is a little interesting angle.
I have Notre Dame -5 over Wake Forest.
I like that.
Thank you. I have Maryland -3 over Purdue.
That's a mush system play, right? Non-ranked
Please don't
within
tell me.
5 points.
Please don't tell me that that's a mush system play. I just want to do it.
That's a system play.
That's
It's a
my
system
system.
play.
I like Maryland today. My system is bet on Maryland when you like them.
Your system is just your fucking brain.
My system is just me.
Yeah, an unnamed graphic artist made this. I did not make this. I understand that there's a typo.
At some point, why does Brandon Walker continually get disrespected? Like, I'm sitting here hosting the fucking show. I don't understand. Who's the unnamed? Name the unnamed.
Youngstown Bob.
He's not even fucking here.
He made him.
What'd he do?
It says Brendan's picks.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Disgusting, isn't it?
90 hours a day you're working, and
90
this is
hours.
how they treat you.
What's a week?
It's about to be 100.
Well, no,
With this new
that's not
show?
work. That's not work. That's side
That's all
stuff.
play. Okay.
Yeah.
The colognes from Big Cat's Pile, there's actually 2. There's work and play.
Would you got work or play on?
I'm playing today. I was working yesterday.
Play smells pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't
it's a
notice
little more
work.
feminine, the play, but
Why
it's
is
all right.
All right, so throw my card back up there because I don't know if I said all of it. Notre Dame -5 over Wake, Maryland -3 over Purdue, Texas +5 over Baylor, and Ole Miss +4.5 against Tennessee. That's just another one of those gut feelings where I think Ole Miss has moments where they're better than they really are, and I think tonight's a great opportunity when you get a ranked team coming in Tennessee. You can do that. If it's right, it's right. It's wrong, whatever. Ben Mintz, what you got?
All right, I got Wisconsin by 8 on about. They just lost at Penn State when I had Penn State Saturday, but this gets into the home road split thing I was telling you about. Wisconsin's one of those teams
Which I
that's
like a
tough
lot.
as hell at home historically, but then they can struggle on the road because they don't score that well. So I like them to bounce back against Penn State. I also have Ole Miss, plus I had it at 5, but kind of the Ole Miss lost as a road favorite at Georgia. And I don't know how Ole Miss can ever lay points on the road in a conference basketball game.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that line, but that's a gambling trend I love to follow. Lose on the road as a road favorite, then you come back as a home underdog catching points. I do that in football too.
I like that
I have
a lot.
Auburn by 9 at home over Georgia. Bounce back spot for Auburn after the loss at Baylor.
The way you're saying it sounds like you're predicting these scores.
Wow.
You have Auburn by 9.
No, okay, Auburn's favorite. But I took Auburn -9. Georgia sucks.
You're
They
betting
beat-
the push.
Yeah, well,
exactly
I'm
not.
saying more.
They're winning by 9.
Georgia beating Ole Miss isn't because Georgia's good. We'll just leave it at that.
Can you give me a good what's up, fellas?
What's up, fellas? There you go.
There we go.
I went Iowa by 9.5 over Michigan State. Michigan State got blown out at Rutgers and at Ohio State last week. I don't think they can compete on the road because they can't score well enough. And Iowa,
My third and fourth plays are Iowa first half 4.5, full game 9. Lost a couple, I think.
I
they
went,
come back
I went,
short.
and Iowa also coming off the
Also
Illinois
Michigan
loss.
State
I think it's a
comes
bounce back spot for them. This I got to say, maybe a little biased because I was close on taking this or not. Mr. Walker, what do you think of the State at Arkansas game tonight? I took Arkansas by 7, but I don't love it.
I can't publicly, or I can't make the pick that I believe in.
Okay, fair
I'll
enough.
say that.
Well, I know
How's
this going
Mississippi
to
State's defense?
Very good. It's very good. It's even better on the road, but they just have these momentary lapses where they can't score, and they're not a trustworthy team.
Mm-hmm.
They're a year away from being a pretty good team, but they're not trustworthy right now. They covered at Alabama, they covered at Tennessee.
Yeah, they did.
But those were 2 games you get up for. I don't think you get up for at Arkansas. Who gives a shit? It's
Yeah.
Arkansas.
Fayetteville is a sneaky, tough place to go in sports, too. I mean, all 3, football, basketball, baseball, they got a great home field advantage. It's up in the Ozarks. It's in the middle of nowhere by Missouri and Oklahoma. It's hard to get to.
10,000 people, 5,000 teeth in the stands.
It's got to be exciting for you, too, to see the SEC really gearing up.
I don't really care.
No?
I don't root for the SEC. I root for Mississippi State. So I never really got into that whole thing because it's hard enough for us to compete in the SEC. So I don't like to see other teams succeed.
Really?
Yeah, it's like living in a neighborhood. It's nice that you live in a nice neighborhood, but I don't want to see my neighbors continually get new cars.
I guess. I like seeing Big East teams get more respect.
I
but-
feel the same way Brandon does. I hate all the rivals, and
Really?
you spend all your time competing against them, and then all of a sudden when they're on the national stage, you're fighting for the same recruits and all that. The hell with that. The only one that I'm sympathetic to that I kind of catch flack on from Ole Miss fans is I'm sympathetic to LSU
LSU, yeah.
because I grew up in Louisiana and I worked for ESPN Baton Rouge, the LSU
Yeah, of
flagship.
course.
And so, but whenever they play Ole Miss, I'm diehard Ole Miss, but I do like to support Louisiana, as Brandon's noticed.
Did Youngstown Bob make all the graphics, DJ?
Yep.
Well, first of all, I want to thank him for the effort, especially on Mensa's picks, spelling Auburn with a B at the end. While you're sitting out there worrying about misspelling my name, why don't you pay attention on how to spell fucking Auburn? Who else is
Hell
next?
yeah.
I have the over in the Boston Celtics Golden State game too at 226. That was my final pick. So I had to, and I also added Purdue. I'm going against you on that one. I took
You were
Purdue.
3-3 yesterday. I
Yes.
actually like these logos. Or not these logos, these graphics. They're pretty good. Who we got? So we got Big Ev's picks. Big Ev's picks he was 2-5 yesterday. He's not here to get. If you need me to come shovel your driveway too, I can do that. Maybe make you a motherfucking sandwich or something. I'll read your picks. Marquette -4.5. Notre Dame -4.5. Maryland -1.5. What? How did he get 1.5?
How did he get -1.5? They're +2.5.
Maryland's favored by 2.5.
No, Maryland's I had a -3.
Yeah, I saw 2.5. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Purdue's +2.5. I don't know how he got.
He's
1.5.
got Ole Miss +4.5. Texas plus. He's got all my picks. Texas +5. Indiana +2.5. Penn State +8.5. Arkansas -6.5. He's got Washington Wizards -2 and Golden State Warriors +2.5. That's his picks for tonight. Big F. What's your face?
I
You have a
hate.
very You have
some home
the
underdogs.
you have the least expressive outward attitude ever, but you have the most expressive face.
I guess I let it do the talking. I don't know. I hate when everyone has the same picks. Like if everyone's gonna give their picks and everyone's gonna be on Texas +5.5.
Yeah. Well, A, that means Texas is probably not going to cover.
That's what I'm saying.
And B, it just means we're all idiots.
We're fish.
We're fish. We're just swimming around the same water. Some of us are bigger fish than others.
It's true.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to keep this thing 500 or slightly above to not look like an idiot on this basketball. So.
Let's see who we got else. So we got Rico. Rico's got 3 picks. Then we'll get to Marty. Rico was 0-1 yesterday. Bridge is out, apparently. Kansas State +18, Tennessee -4, and Nevada -4.5. That's one of those words. Nevada. It's Nevada, right?
Nevada, I said.
Nevada.
Nevada.
Las Vegas,
I think
Las
it's
Nevada.
Vegas,
Nevada.
Nevada.
I always say Nevada, but I think it's Nevada.
It's one of those words I cover myself and say both ways.
Appalachian or the Appalachians. Like
Well, it's the Appalachian Mountains was Appalachian State, right?
Yeah, I screwed that up for sure.
My favorite is down in our neck of the woods where there's a town and a county in Mississippi and Louisiana. They're about 40 miles apart. And in Louisiana, it's a meat. And in Mississippi, it's a mint.
Yeah, and Lafayette, Louisiana, and Lafayette County, too.
I saw a video of just Louisiana towns, and it's just how they're spelt and then how they're sounded out phonetically, and
I
none
miss
of them make
Louisiana.
sense.
I miss driving to football games and driving past like
But it was a
strawberry
funny
fields.
video.
You know all the
Yeah,
strawberry fields
oh, yeah,
in
down
eastern
South
Louisiana?
Oh, yeah, down South Louisiana, man. You get the Cajuns or something.
I'm going to tell you something, and me and Ben have never talked about this. He's covered high school football down there for years. I covered high school football down there a couple of years. The concession stand food at Louisiana high school football fields will rival some nice restaurants in New York City. You can go to a concession stand in bumfuck Louisiana and get gumbo, jambalaya, real good Cajun food at a fucking concession stand in a styrofoam bowl. Tell me if I'm right.
Is it just like
You're right. That's
Team Moms
I will say
cooking
that.
with like
That's a South Louisiana thing. North Louisiana, you can't quite get that.
I got it. Well, I guess where I was, I thought it was North Louisiana, but it was actually south. It's on the north shore of New Orleans.
Yeah, that's South.
Yeah. So yes, you get that in down there.
Oh yeah.
And also they love the chili pie, the Frito chili pie.
Mhm.
That's a big thing down there too, which is delicious. Frito chili pie.
I'm pretty hungry.
You ever had that?
Mm-mm.
Frito pie is good.
Chili cheese, Fritos.
Sounds good.
Sonic used to have it. I don't think Sonic has it anymore.
Do they not?
No, I don't.
Do you have
get the Fritos.
Sonics near you now?
Sonic.
There's one 22 miles from my house, and I go to it often.
So
I love the diet cherry limeades
Not
from
close.
Sonic.
Takes me 37 minutes to get there, but I go.
Outrageous.
What? That's about. Is it not that far, Avery?
Not that far.
15 miles then.
Yeah.
It's still not
over
learn
10
your miles.
over
It's-
10 miles.
it's
to
not
fast
close.
food places.
You,
Yeah,
you and
is
the
a
kids
lot.
take big trips to Sonic.
Yeah,
I remember when I
yeah.
was a kid. I loved Sonic. Kids love Sonic.
So yeah, we will. We'll take a Saturday afternoon trip to Sonic and get everybody, some Sonic blasts and everything and all that. I fucking love Sonic. Yeah, I tell you what, they don't have up here. They don't have Hardee's. I need a Hardee's
Thick-
biscuit in my life.
the thick
Bad.
burgers.
I need a Frisco burger. I need a Hardee's fucking biscuit in my life tomorrow. Have we done everybody's picks? Or we still? What are you making that face for?
You have Marty Specs love.
Colby's got a face. I'm too passionate about a Hardee's breakfast
No,
biscuit.
you just need a hard D. In your mind. Something like that.
Walked into that one.
Purdue money line plus 120.
Who's got that? You?
Colby. Me.
Just talking
Yes.
to the third person. Excuse me, everyone. Colby likes this. Give me Marty's plays right now, please. Love Sonic. I love an ultimate omelet biscuit from Hardee's as well.
I hadn't had one of those.
They have buttery biscuit. I used to wake up early for school in high school and go to Hardee's. Just sit there and eat a buttery biscuit and then an omelet biscuit. Get my day started. Fake sick. Go home. Watch Price is Right. Masturbate. What a day.
You would fake sick?
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Why?
Should have been
It's
learning.
really weird. I don't know why Jeff D. Lowe smiled and pointed at me as he walked by. He just laughed. Somebody stop Jeff D. Lowe. Get on the mic. Jeff D. Lowe walking by. And I shouted out his show today. I gave him a huge shout out.
It is one of the best shows here.
It's the best show here.
Value by a
I gave
mile.
you a shout out earlier saying everybody watched A Dozen today. Great match, and it's the best show
Thank
at
you.
Barstool. Why did you walk by pointing and laughing at me?
I pointed at one of your new opponents.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I-
Have you announced that yet?
Is that
I don't
official?
want to. No, you know what? I don't want to
You don't have
steal
to
his
announce it.
thunder.
Okay.
There is-
Let him. Okay. Let the
It's
captain
the
announce it.
O's. It's the O's. And no, you cannot make the leap to figure out who that is because it just wouldn't make much sense. But it's
Yeah.
the O's. There's a new team. They don't want to play you.
They don't want to play me. Why?
They want their team captain said they want to skip over you.
They want ZD?
They want KB.
Now, see, this piece of
However-
shit just comes in making demands.
However,
Nobody wants to see him on a fucking show anyway.
I guess we're on video now. I don't know why I'm like leaning over.
Yeah.
Like nobody can see me. That's a good thing to remember. I will say this: Nick does not think that should be allowed.
I don't think
he said we're too highly ranked to be just letting people challenge us. Nick kind of denies it. He says they should work their way up to us.
I'll play anybody anywhere.
Well, first of all, don't act like I'm just a stepping stone to Nick and them.
No, but you're not. But like, it's easier to like you're kind of like the barrier of entry. Like you kind of you have to play Brandon and PFT at some point.
Yeah.
and
yeah.
it's like your guys' league. It seems like everyone.
Yeah. Well, it's just we're putting together teams here, and teams are. Did you know there's a new team getting put together, and the team captain does not want to play us?
I did hear that. I heard
Yeah.
about the new the O's.
The O's.
Yeah, I know the O's.
He doesn't want to play us. He wants to go
kinda
straight to
wanna
the Frank and the
just-
Frankettes.
I mean, I think we just have to say who it is.
I think that here's what I think we should do. Every time that there's a brand new team, you should be allowed to call out what opponent you want to face for your entrance into the arena.
Okay. Well, that's antithetical to what we're saying. We're saying they shouldn't be able to do that.
Why is that?
Saying they should be able to. They have to work their way up to certain opponents.
I think the higher ranked team can.
We should let them play Cons and Casey first. Let them play the cheater first, and then they.
I'm allowing Kirk is going to be playing Cons, Casey, and fights. Kirk's run yesterday. He deserves to play a team that I think he's going to.
Here's what
yell at.
I like that you're saying. You're not saying Kirk's team. You're saying Kirk.
Yeah, I mean,
mean,
offense to Steve or Jared, but
I saw the stats that Gooch put out today.
I mean,
It's not pretty.
he's on. Kirk's team has scored 24 points or 23 points. Kirk alone has scored 22 of the 23.
It's Allen Iverson from the early 2076ers.
Yeah.
Taking every shot.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, can we say who the O's are? I feel like we can't.
I mean, it's your
think
show.
He told me he wanted to announce it. I think he's announced it by now.
I think I don't know. I think just,
O's, O-N, O-Day, on campus. That's right. And they do O'Day and Owen.
Wow.
That's the third O. You would have never known to make that leap.
O''N campus.
It's time for the big screaming honkers with
Well, they were just
big
on last
Mintz,
week.
We got a
Coley,
big
and
win.
Rob-
We got a
but
big
to-
win.
Now they got to start playing some other people as
Yeah.
well.
Hey, Brandon, are you concerned about our matchup tomorrow night that we have?
I'm concerned that our third guy went to Ole Miss. And isn't
Okay,
gonna know
all right,
anything.
here we go. So this is what I'm worried about. Is it's tough enough to get Brandon to work as a team with just one teammate, just having a third voice, like making Brandon have to listen to 2 other people's opinions before he decides on what the correct answer is.
Is he going to be okay? You know, it's the first bowl game he's ever been in.
He's going to. Yeah, you've said that joke several times.
And I'm going to say it to
and
him.
You're going to say it again, I'm sure, many
And
times.
biting his tongue.
Jeff, just please write a bunch of questions that DK knows the answer to that Brandon does not know the answer to.
I don't know how you're going to pull that shit
Who
off.
is Russell Wilson? Nah, he's going to be good.
Yep.
It's a long line of family members in the NFL. He's going to know some stuff.
All right. That's Pick Central. Yak is up next.